big Premier League day. We're off to Manchester today, so let's go. It's 11 o'clock and the day begins. Such a beautiful morning over the northwest of England. And this is Manchester, a city of weird and wonderful people. Many fascinating sights, including two of the biggest football teams in Europe. A proud English city. It's very much a business city, as well as a tourist one. The city even has its own hard rock cafe. Rock on, dudes. And even the panda police are out on patrol, as you can see. It never amazes me what I see. I don't know what the hell they're all raving about, but I think there's a celebrity amongst that big crowd of teenagers. I'm curious to see who it is. Probably someone I've never heard of. Well, now that we're away from all that pandemonium, we mustn't forget that there's a Premier League game to listen to, kicking off in just 5 minutes' time. So let's get to it. Kick-off is just a couple of minutes away now, as a Premier League jingle rings round Villa Park, ahead of their home game with Norwich. So it is Aston Villa versus Norwich City, as Paul Lambert returns to his former club. Or should I say, Paul Lambert hosts his former club, because he's now the Villa boss, not Norwich. We are now underway. The game has kicked off. So what we're going to do is we're just going to walk down Deansgate Street, which is what we're on, for a couple of miles. A big plane there high in the sky. That guy on the right is Vincent Kompany, the Man City captain. I'm not lying either. I actually walked past him in the street a couple of minutes ago, so I thought I would turn back to take a shot of him, seeing as he is the champion, the captain of the defending champions. Quite a find. Well, on present football matters, in this game there is 15 minutes on the clock and it's still 0-0. I've only just realised we're actually at the base of the Hilton Hotel, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the tallest building in Manchester. No, honestly, I'll prove it. There's the base of the tower. Ooh, must be 500 feet or more at least. Back to football matters. There's 15 minutes gone in this game and it's still 0-0. Norwich have been good so far, they've probably been the better side, but Villa have also forced a save from the Norwich keeper, so very even. Well, at the moment we have just pretty much reached the bottom of Deansgate, and what I was going to tell you earlier is that we're going to walk to one of the two big Premier League grounds with this game, try and get there by half time, and then get back during the second half, listen to the second half as we walk back. It's either going to be Old Trafford or the Etihad, and I want you to try and work it out based on the streets I go down. Oh, almost a goal for Norwich there, but Villa's keeper Brad Guzan made a great save, apparently. Well, we're sort of heading out of Manchester City Centre now towards the Premier League ground. Old Trafford is southwest of the city centre and the Etihad is sort of northeast of it, so can you work out which ground we're going to yet? Well, at the moment, we're just crossing over the ring road, the inner ring road, not the M60, the inner one that goes round Manchester City Centre. Yeah, busy old road, isn't it? And then it goes on over there. Okay, we're 25 minutes into this match and we now have a goal. And it's the home side that have scored it. A very nice goal too, from what I'm hearing, from Benteke, their new signing. Only his second goal, if I'm not mistaken, in the Premier League. His first was in Villa's only win so far, the 2-0 against Swansea back in September. Well, we're just crossing this busy road. I think I've timed it. We better hurry. Just made it in time. It's all cutthroat. Yeah, that Villa goal was certainly all the more welcome, as it was against the run of play, with Norwich being the better side during pretty much all the first half. God, that's written off. See that van? Oof. Yeah, Norwich were the better side until the goal went in. Well, that Villa goal was so much against the run of play that Mo Farah couldn't believe it. "I'm truly shocked by it," he said. Well, if you'd have told me before getting to Manchester that I would have arrived on a sunny day, seen Vincent Kompany and walked past a couple of policemen dressed as pandas, I'd have told you to get lost and stop dreaming, stop making stupid things up, but those three things have happened. Quite an extraordinary day so far. Approaching half time in this Premier League game now. Yeah, the tramway, not the railway, the tramway that is. Nearly half time now. Norwich still playing well, but it's Villa, mainly due to Benteke, who look more dangerous when they go forward. Well, we're just about the end of the 45 now, and apparently there was a really good shot that's almost impossible to execute, but one player, I don't know what player or for what team, did. Apparently he actually hit the corner flag with a shot. If you think it's hard to score a 30-yarder into the top corner, try intentionally hitting the corner flag with a shot. Well, I'm not going to beat around the bush anymore. If you haven't worked out already where I'm heading to, then the answer to your question is just about to appear in front of your very eyes. And there it is. Old Trafford, the home of the 12-time Premier League champions. Let's go. It's half time now at Villa Park, and Aston Villa take a 1-0 lead in at the break. Meanwhile, it's always a roller coaster ride when you go to Old Trafford, even on a non-match day, as you can see. Well, it is now half time, and Aston Villa take that 1-0 lead into the break. Meanwhile, I've got somewhere else to show you through these bushes, because when you just come out the trees, this fascinating sight is in front of your eyes. And there it is. Yeah, Old Trafford's not just a stadium, it's a tourist hotspot which attracts people from not only across the country but across the entire world. Even non-Man United fans like myself, the neutrals. And here we are, arguably the world's biggest and most supported football club. And as it's half time, I think we're going to show you a few shots around the ground, as well as the statue just ahead. So enjoy it. Yep, so many brilliant players have graced the red of United over the years and decades. And the most recent crop were masterminded by this man coming up on the left. Going back further into the past, the list of great names just continues. There's Matt Busby there, Mark Hughes, and of course the inimitable Roy Keane. Three of the best footballers to ever play for this club. Yeah, Old Trafford really is the ultimate theatre of dreams. And they've even got a fairground just to keep the little devils happy. Anyway, we're going back through the magical bush, and in doing so, the second half has just got underway at Villa Park. So that was quite interesting. A lot happening, as always is at Old Trafford, and as I predicted, about 2/3 of all the fans there were from abroad, it's safe to say. As I munch on a red apple, I must tell you about some news from this game. Not a goal, but a red card. And Aston Villa are going to struggle to hold on to this 1-goal lead now. I think it might be Lehigh, I'm not sure, but it's a second yellow card. And I think the red card was earned by shirt pulling. About 10-11 minutes into the second half then, Villa down to 10. By the way, forgive me, but it's actually Joe Bennett, the left back, that got sent off. A little mistake there. And we are now an hour into this contest. One thing for certain, that red card for Aston Villa certainly has boosted Norwich, who have forced 2 saves out of Brad Guzan in the last 5 minutes alone, as we now approach the 67-minute mark. Well, it's all Norwich now, with 20 minutes left. However, they have to take a chance soon if they're going to get anything from it. Well, we're certainly not in London, that's for sure, despite what that may claim. I must just say, Brad Guzan is surely going to be Villa's man of the match, especially if they win. Another save, another 1-on-1 from Grant Holt, who scored the winner last week for Norwich, and has scored in his last 3 consecutive Premier League appearances, if I'm not mistaken. Well, pardon the pun, but at the moment, Villa certainly are shaken and stirred. Well, as far as Villa are concerned, it's not Dr. No, it's Oh No. It's not the living daylights, it's the living dangerously. It's not the world is not enough, but 1 goal was not enough. They really are shaken and stirred now because Norwich have equalised. And Michael Turner was the man with the golden shot. So 1-1, game on. The name's Houghton, Chris Houghton. I bet that's what the Norwich fans are singing now. That's a Virgin 747, the daily Orlando departure from Manchester. What a catch, what a find. There it is. Well, we're just coming up to the ring road, not the M60, the inner ring road. Let me show you. Very busy as you expect. It basically encircles Manchester City Centre. These are worrying times for the Villa. There's 5 minutes to go, but I've just heard that Arsenal, Manchester United and Manchester City are amongst the next 4 Premier League fixtures, and they're already only a point above the drop zone now. Well, as we approach Oxford Road Station, which is where we're getting a train from, freight train going overhead, we're into the final 4 minutes now with this match. It's actually 4 minutes of stoppage time we're into, and it looks like the 3rd consecutive live Premier League game is going to finish 1-1. Almost over, but that could still be a late twist. Nervy times for Villa. Norwich almost won it at the death, but it looks like that's about it as far as this game goes. It's finished, and it finished 1-1, and it's just 1 win in 19 league games for Villa. They've actually got the worst ratio of points in overall Premier League teams in the calendar year 2012. So problems for Paul Lambert. Decent point away from Norwich. It's time to move on to the 3 o'clock games. Well, as you can see, we're now back in the city of Liverpool. just over half an hour gone in the first half. I've been listening to the Arsenal QPR game, 1 of 4 this afternoon. So let me update you now. Well, as we approach the Adelphi Hotel, which is one of the most luxurious in Liverpool apparently. I've never stayed there personally. There's only been 2 goals so far. Wigan 1, West Ham 0. Apparently a wonder goal in the first 10 minutes. And Reading are beaten Fulham 1-0. The game I'm listening to, Arsenal QPR, is goalless. And it's also Stoke 0, Sunderland 0 at the Britannia Stadium. As we approach Liverpool Central. Will Arsenal really turn the screw now as we approach half time? Well, we've now crossed the Wirral side. I was only ever in transit through Liverpool city centre. I was never stopping there. Anyway, it is half time in the games, and the 4 scores I told you about, at least as of 25-4. So if there's been any more goals, I don't know about them yet. I'm off to get some food. Then I'm getting the train home in the second half. I'll probably try and give you an update later on, okay? Bye for now.
Just stretching it out.
Well, at the moment, as you can hear, I'm listening to the evening kick-off in the Premier League on this Saturday. It's Man City versus Swansea. I'm just listening to the final 20 minutes or so of the game whilst driving out to pick up some food from a couple of takeaways. I've been watching the game prior to that. The score is Man City 1, Swansea 0. But trust me, Swansea were the better team in the first half. It's been a poor and lethargic day for the champions. But they've got a goal through a brilliant Tevez wonder strike. And I'll tell you if anything else happens, okay?
Right at the end of the game. There's still 12 minutes to go, and we've reached the 90.
Extraordinarily, as you just heard then, a ridiculous 12 minutes of stoppage time. It has to be a record. Michel Vaughan, the Swansea goalkeeper, has gone off with a shoulder injury, and Michael Richards, the Manchester City right back, is a serious injury. But 12 minutes, that's something, isn't it? You never know what's coming next in the Barclays Premier League. Well, there's 1 minute left of those 12 minutes. Right into the final tension of this match. It looks like it's going to finish 1-0. Whilst I'm at it, I'll just refer to the earlier games and reiterate what the scores were. It finished Aston Villa 1, Norwich City 1, as you know, in the midday kick-off. It did finish Wigan 2, West Ham 1 in the end, so a couple more goals there. It was 0-0 between Stoke and Sunderland, a pretty drab game apparently that. Then, in the capital, Arsenal needed to win QPR and they did get a late winner. It finished 1-0. And it was an absolute cracker between Reading and Fulham. I think it was 0-0 when I told you at half time. But it actually finished Reading 3, Fulham 3. It was a brilliant game. And just stay with me, the final was going any second in this Man City QPR clash.
He continues his run. He's now towards the edge of the penalty area. He's got men over. He lays it back towards the Guzman. The Guzman's got to get a shot.
It's actually a Swansea chance at the moment.
Back to Davis instead. Davis clips the ball into Key, who heads the ball across the box. Stabbed away by Kolo Toure. And now Tevez running the ball clear. The Guzman goes back at him. Yaya Toure
releases. Here's a chance to kill off the game.
He's going to go in alone, and it's tipped over the cross.
And it came for nothing.
And away for a goal kick actually.
And that's it. Manchester City have narrowly won. But they go second. They go above United, who are at Chelsea tomorrow in the big game, and the Merseyside derby. Massive day tomorrow. You must watch that. And they're on 21 points, just 1 behind Chelsea now, City. So a crucial win for them. Thank you, good night. And another great Premier League day. Well, today is Sunday the 28th of October, and it's a massive Premier League day. There's a Merseyside derby first, so let's get it on. And here come the players out of the Goodison Park tunnel to the beautiful sounds of Z Cars. One of the biggest fixtures in English football, and here it is. So let's get it on. It's the Merseyside derby, and it's going to be a cracker.
Liverpool, this is a big game for Liverpool because they need to win this thing, and then everyone's always in the dark for some noise. Some atmosphere as well will be important as always, and obviously the game going itself.
Handshakes as the Premier League jingle rings across Merseyside for this enormous contest. So any goals that go in, we'll show you. I'm watching with a Liverpool fan tonight, or should I say this afternoon. And it's time for the 219th Merseyside derby. The Battle of Liverpool. Let's get it on. And they're underway. It's time.
To Gerrard, who spotted the run of Enrique and tries to find him. Coleman came to it. Suso tries to set Enrique away and does. And he's pulled it across. Sterling went down, but it's fallen to Suarez anyway. And Luis Suarez strikes as Liverpool hit first in the Merseyside derby.
Well, he must have taken a deflection. I don't think he's gone straight in from that angle. There might have been a push on Sterling at the back post previous.
And Liverpool, who already have the advantage, seek to extend it here. Suarez waiting and Skirtler's got forward too. Gerrard lifts it in and Suarez is there again! And it's 2-0 Liverpool! And Luis Suarez is having his say where it matters!
Oh, it's a fabulous ball in from Steven Gerrard. Initially it looked as if it was...
Everton the encouragement that a goal would bring. Baines with a corner. Jones meets it, straight to Leon Osman! And Everton do get a foothold! They've reduced the deficit in an instant!
Well, it's a perfect
Tuesday. Everton want to keep up the momentum here. Morales, Naismith's free at the edge of the box. It's instead there for Fellaini, who pulls it in!